Oh, hey! Look at you, little guy. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. Oh, what the fudge? Oh, you think it's funny, huh? I am going to wipe your entire species off the face of the planet. Hello everyone and welcome to another Regal Mystery Movie review. Today's movie played on April 21st, 2025, and the movie was Legend of Ochi. A young girl named Yuri is raised to fear the reclusive forest creatures known as the Ochi. However, when she discovers a baby Ochi left behind by its pack, she embarks on a perilous journey to reunite the creature with its family. As Yuri ventures deeper into the forest, she faces dangerous challenges and learns valuable lessons about courage, friendship, and the importance of protecting nature.
Rated PG.
I'm sorry if you hear any extra noises in the background. There's some construction going on right outside my window. Helena Zengel plays Yuri, the young girl who finds the baby Ochi. She is forced to be part of her father's Ochi hunting team. She misses her mother and longs for freedom. I think Helena did a good job of showing her curiosity and emotions, but it felt like she was whisper speaking a lot of her lines, and it was hard to understand a lot of the time. Willem Dafoe plays Maxim, father to Yuri and leader of the Ochi hunting squad. He strives to keep the old traditions alive in an ever-changing world. Dafoe gives a strong performance as usual. He speaks with such conviction that you may even start to believe the stories about the Ochi too. He fits perfectly into this world. Emily Watson plays Dasha, a mysterious woman who aids Yuri on her journey. Dasha is a woman of very few words and communicates mostly through her facial expressions. She is more focused on the connections between humanity and the Ochi. Emily Watson showcases her character's passion very well, even with her limited dialogue. Rounding out the main cast is Finn Wolfhard, who plays Pedro, the adoptive son of Maxim and the second in charge of the Ochi hunting team. Finn's performance is fine, but it's limited to mostly shocked expressions and staring off into the distance. Despite his name being on the poster, he doesn't really have much to do in this film. As I mentioned before, our story follows Yuri, a young idealistic girl who is forced to partake in the Ochi hunting traditions. She's more of a modern girl and doesn't like to participate in these barbaric actions. After one of these hunts, she finds an injured baby Ochi and decides to take it back to its mother. Her disappearance makes Maxim believe that she was kidnapped by the Ochi, and he sets out on a journey of his own to rescue her. The movie opens on an Ochi hunt. Seeing that the hunt team consists of only young children is both funny and also sad. None of them really know what they're doing. They're just following orders. It's a surprisingly brutal scene for a PG movie. The hunters act with extreme prejudice, and it's the final straw for Yuri. The plot isn't anything too groundbreaking. It's a standard tale of a young person being the driving force in the connection of two adversarial communities. It's kind of a mixture of films like E.T. or How to Train Your Dragon, empowering youth to take on the difficult situations that arise. It feels like a modernization of the tale, but also kind of a throwback to those earlier films. Now, I'm not sure it'll have the same staying power given its artistic style, which I do like. It has a lesson of compassion, family, and nature conservation, though the conveyance of this message may be a little abstract for some. And again, that is because of the more limited dialogue. Most interactions between characters consist of a few words and a lot of facial expressions. For me, I like the use of this emotion, but I really wanted more out of these conversations. I think that including some more dialogue could have improved the storytelling without spoiling the minimalistic approach, especially since this film suffers from some audio balancing issues. Now, this could be a theater thing again, because I could hear the speakers reverberating. These mystery movies are often held in the same theater, so I think I'll have to ask about it next time. But I feel like there were too many times where the dialogue was too hushed or was drowned out by other noises. And when there's already limited dialogue, hearing as much as you can is really important. Speaking of sound, the score of the film is really enjoyable. It complements the look and feel of the movie. It's a combination of this kind of folk and mystical music. There was a strong horn presence, and I love a good horn. Plus, plenty of pan flute. The Ochi also speak in song-like vocalizations. It can be hauntingly beautiful. The world where our characters live is fantastical itself. The movie was filmed in the Carpathian Mountains in Romania, but our story takes place on an island called Carpathia. At first, it seemed like a period piece. We see the old country, farms, and the hard-working common folk. But as we keep exploring, we see the trickling in of modernization. Cars, stores, and solar panels. It's both retro and modern at the same time. My favorite place that we see is actually a supermarket. It looks ripped right out of a post-Cold War USSR nation. The filmmakers have created a living, breathing world. And the way we see this world is also very interesting. The freshman writer and director Isaiah Saxon uses a lot of creative techniques to show the serene and picturesque imagery. Some shots even reminded me of Wes Anderson. There were shots of characters superimposed on other backgrounds, but they moved independently of each other. Every shot felt purposeful. There was a sense of whimsy to everything. The rolling fog, the moonlight, all of it contributed to this overall fantasy aesthetic. It had a kind of gothic folklore feel. There is some dry humor sprinkled throughout the film, which I of course enjoy, but I don't think it's going to appeal much to children. There's not a lot of slapstick or laugh out loud type of comedy. The conversations between Maxim and Yuri made me chuckle quite a bit. Maxim would speak in this grandiose style, and Yuri would respond in plain modern English. There were some other humorous lines from side characters too, but it's not too much comedy. There's still a big focus on the story. The main draw of this film for me was the Ochi baby. It was a 100% practical puppet creation. And this is a very rare thing for today's films, especially lower budget films like this. Okay, so at any point during this puppet talk, you can show those pictures. If you can find a video, use the video, but otherwise just use pictures. The creature moved with such fluidity that it was easy to forget that it was a puppet. There were very minimal instances where it resembled anything but a live creature. I have seen some behind the scenes footage of this process, and it is all-inspiring. I really love practical effects. I did notice one thing though that I believe to be an issue. Every time there was a close-up of the baby Ochi, I could hear it blinking. It sounded mechanical, like I was hearing the internal mechanism of the puppet. At first I thought, that can't be right. They put so much work into this puppet, they wouldn't let something like that slide. But it kept happening, and it was kind of distracting. But other than that, it was some of the best puppetry I have ever seen. The Legend of Ochi is a familiar tale that is told in a new, whimsical way. The unique atmosphere and astonishing puppetry really set it apart. But the sound issues, lack of dialogue, and the mechanical blinking pulled me out of the fantasy some. And that is why I'm giving the Regal Mystery Movie, The Legend of Ochi, the harmonious score of 8 out of 10. Writer and director Isaiah Saxon found a way to update this classic tale for modern audiences, without losing what makes it feel so universal. And the puppetry was out of this world. So, did you see the Regal Mystery Movie, The Legend of Ochi? If so, sing to me about it in the comments down below. And harmonize with the channel by liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.